Although the Apple Watch Series 8 is still a few months away from release, we've already learned a lot about the company's next-generation wrist-worn device. Based on reports, this video compiles all we know about the Apple Watch Series 8 till now. It's worth noting that this is still early in the product cycle, so these features haven't been confirmed yet, and Apple's plans may alter. But before the release of the Apple Watch Series 7, there were a number of rumors that Apple was working on an updated design with flat edges that would be equivalent to the flat sides of the iPhone 13 and the iPad Pro. However, this redesign never gained traction. According to rumors, the Apple Watch Series 8 will have a flat display and a similar style. There is a flat frontal glass display being designed for the Apple Watch, with a high likelihood that it will be used in the Apple Watch Series 8. If this occurs, we may see an Apple Watch Series 8 with a flat-edged design that was first speculated for the Apple Watch Series 7. Apple Watch Series 8 could possibly come in 3 sizes instead of 2, with an even larger size joining the 41 and 45mm options. Apple is working on a version of the Apple Watch with a robust cover specifically for athletes, climbers, and other people who use the watch in environments that are more challenging than regular day-to-day use. It will be able to do the same functions as an Apple Watch, but it will be more resistant to damage and will have better protection. It is anticipated that Apple would introduce this durable Apple Watch later this year. For future Apple Watch models, Apple is working on a number of new health features. Blood pressure monitoring and sleep tracking, sleep apnea detection, and a thermometer for fertility and diabetes detection are among the features available. Some of these features could be included with the Apple Watch Series 8, but it's unclear whether all of the sensors are ready, so Apple could delay the functionality. Women's health features, sleep enhancements, new fitness choices, and medication management are all planned to arrive ahead of blood pressure and glucose monitoring, which aren't projected to be available until 2025 or later. The Apple Watch Series 8 might get a body temperature sensor in the mid-2022. It could be utilized in future Apple Watch versions to assess if a user's body temperature is greater than normal, although it is unlikely to provide an actual measurement. The Series 7 was supposed to have temperature tracking, but Apple couldn't get it to work precisely enough. According to Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo, the Series 8 could contain a body temperature tracking capability if Apple's algorithm has improved sufficiently. Skin temperature varies depending on the surroundings, and because a smartwatch cannot measure core body temperature, getting an accurate result without the right algorithm is challenging. Apple wants to use the existing pulse oximetry sensor to identify sleep apnea, but there are challenges with getting frequent readings without draining the battery, so it's unclear whether this function will be available at launch. Apple is working on a collision detection feature for iPhones and Apple Watches that could be released later in 2022. It will employ accelerometers and other sensors to detect car accidents by sensing a surge in gravitational force. When an automobile accident is detected, the iPhone or Apple Watch will automatically dial 911 for assistance. This could be a feature built for the iPhone 14 models and the Apple Watch Series 8, although it's not likely to be limited to those devices, given that it's slated for 2022. It will be an enhancement of the existing Apple Watch and iPhone models' fall detection capability. Apple is improving the detection of atrial fibrillation in watchOS 9 in order to evaluate load, which refers to the number of times a person is in an atrial fibrillation condition over the course of their lifetime. Major changes to activity tracking will be included with the Apple Watch Series 8. There's no news on what might change specifically. The Apple Watch Series 8 is likely to feature a speedier system on a chip, resulting in improved performance. Apple did not make any changes to the S7 chip, but the S8 chip is likely to be faster and more efficient. Apple has patented a variety of exciting technologies that could be included in future Apple Watch devices, including a biometric authentication function that verifies identity using the wearer's skin pattern. When wearing the Apple Watch, this feature would remove the need for a passcode. Another patent envisions a self-tightening Apple Watch band that would adjust for accurate heart rate readings during intense activities like jogging or working out, and then ease up afterward. Directions, training reps, and other things could all benefit from the tightening. A third patent outlines an Apple Watch band with an LED indicator that can be used to visualize the progress of an activity or task, such as while finishing a workout or an activity ring. The Apple Watch could help doctors monitor the symptoms of Parkinson's patients using sensors to keep track of tremors. Apple hopes that by using this kind of data collection, users will be able to better track their symptoms and schedule activities around symptom patterns. Apple is reportedly working on Touch ID and an under-display camera for the Apple Watch. A side button with an incorporated Touch ID fingerprint sensor could be utilized for user identity and device unlocking. Currently, the Apple Watch can be unlocked with a passcode or by unlocking the associated iPhone. The patent for an under-display camera describes a two-stage display technology that incorporates a camera that is only visible from the outside when it is active. In a patent filing from 2021, Apple proposed a drastic makeover of the Apple Watch with a rounder watch face, wrap-around flexible display, and digitally adjustable watch bands. Apple has also submitted patents for batteries, kinetic power generators, speakers, haptic feedback devices, and even cameras, all of which might be incorporated into the Apple Watch's band. There's no news on whether or not these patented features will make their it into a future Apple Watch, but it's fascinating to see what Apple is researching on and exploring behind the scenes. The Apple Watch Series 8 will be released alongside a new robust model and a new version of the Apple Watch SE, which will be available for a limited time. We don't know what will be included in the Apple Watch SE just yet, but it will almost certainly have a speedier processor. Apple is said to have a team of biomedical experts working on a method for non-invasively measuring blood glucose levels using optical sensors, which could eventually make its way into the Apple Watch. Because it would not need puncturing the skin, such a feature would make diabetes control considerably easier. As per multiple speculations, Apple has been experimenting with a blood glucose monitoring tool for years, but it is a significant health feature that would almost certainly require regulation. Apple is working on short-wavelength infrared sensors, which might allow the Apple Watch Series 8 to monitor blood glucose by analyzing the quantity of sugar in the blood. Non-invasive blood sugar monitoring is a feature that will take several years to develop and has no set release date. Meanwhile, Apple might enhance compatibility for third-party glucose meters. Blood pressure monitoring technology isn't expected to be ready until 2024 at the earliest, with a launch date possibly pushed out to 2025. Apple is working on an improved sensor and software that can detect elevated blood pressure, but it hasn't been shown to be accurate in testing. Employees at Apple are being monitored for blood pressure. Instead of providing particular systolic and diastolic measurements, the feature will alert Apple Watch owners to the possibility of hypertension, which should be checked further. Rockley Photonics, an Apple supplier, is developing an advanced digital sensor system that uses optical sensors to monitor biomarkers such as body hydration, alcohol, core body temperature, blood pressure, lactate, glucose trends, and more in wearable devices. Given Apple's collaboration with Rockley, this technology could ultimately make its way into the Apple Watch, and reports imply that blood pressure monitoring features will be included at some time. Apple plans to add satellite connectivity to the Apple Watch series in the future, allowing for emergency texting and SOS response services to be accessed directly from the wrist. With that said, we have reached the end of today's video. What are your thoughts on Apple Watch Series 8? Let us know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and like this video so that it encourages us to bring you more amazing and interesting videos. That said, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.